Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has issued a stark and defiant message about Tehran's view of its relations with the United States, Israel, and European nations, declaring that his country is in a state of total war with Western powers. The remarks, published on the official website of Iran's supreme leader, mark one of the most confrontational public statements in months of rising tensions between Iran and its rivals. Pezeshkian said that the current confrontation is not limited to conventional military combat but involves political, economic, cultural, and security pressures that he argued amount to a comprehensive effort by the U.S., Israel, and Europe to weaken Iran. "We are in a total war. They do not want our country to stand on its own feet," he said. The Iranian leader compared this multidimensional conflict to the bloody 1980 to 1988 war with Iraq, asserting that the current situation is more dangerous, more complex, and more difficult than that long and costly war. Several developments over the past year have contributed to Tehran's rhetoric. In June 2025, Iran and Israel clashed in a 12-day war that included Israeli and U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear and military sites, which Tehran states caused significant casualties and infrastructure damage. The United States and European powers reinstated sanctions on Iran late last year over its nuclear program, a move that Iranian officials say has exacerbated economic strain. Iran's economy has been under strain, with inflation high and the national currency weakening significantly amid increasing external pressure. Pezeshkian said that this combination of military pressure, sanctions, and diplomatic isolation represents a concerted attempt to surround and undermine Iran from every angle. Despite condemning what he described as hostile actions by Western powers, Pezeshkian insisted that Iran's military forces remain strong and prepared to respond decisively to further attacks. He portrayed Iran as resilient and ready to defend itself, stressing that adversaries would naturally face a more decisive response if they choose to escalate. The timing of the declaration coincides with diplomatic activity, with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expected to meet U.S. President Donald Trump to discuss the Iranian threat and broader regional stability. This meeting reflects ongoing concern among U.S. and Israeli officials about Iran's nuclear ambitions and support for allied militant groups. Western officials, for their part, have maintained pressure on Tehran, insisting that negotiations over Iran's nuclear program must include limitations on enrichment, missile development, and proxy support, conditions Iran has repeatedly rejected. Analysts warn that such confrontational rhetoric, especially when accompanied by ongoing military and economic measures, risks entrenching divisions and complicating diplomatic avenues. While Iran's characterization of the conflict emphasizes external threats, observers note that domestic economic and political dynamics also play a role in shaping Tehran's discourse.